Welcome to ACC 12. I'm Dr. Randy Martin with Cardiosaurus Video News. It's my pleasure now to have Dr. Huyen Gray, who is the chair of the ACC's International, it used to be called Council, I'm told now it's International Assembly. Huyen, great, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure.
Tell me, it seems like there's been a lot of international activities at ACC 12. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, there's been a large international attendance at ACC 12, so there's been a lot of involvement in many sessions. The highlights from the international point of view have been the Middle East Conference on the Friday, well-attended, superb program, and the 18 parallel international sessions which occurred yesterday lunchtime, hosted by a combination of the ACC and national societies from 18 different countries around the world.
So a lot of activities going on here, and I've just heard nothing but great things about them. Both of the things you mentioned. In fact, last night I heard some great things about that. What's happening with the International Assembly this year? So what as the year rolls out, what's occurring?
With the development of international chapters, which is a relatively new phenomenon, last 3 years or so, now up to 19 chapters and soon to be above 20, I think. We've created a new body to replace the International Council called the Assembly of International Governors, so that each governor from each chapter is represented on essentially the highest level body within the college. College has adopted, I think, a very enlightened international policy, huge membership growth internationally, and it reflects the global nature of cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's exciting to me to think that you're going to have 20 international chapters pretty soon. If we look at this international collaboration, and obviously we live in a world of international communication, how do you see the collaboration impacting, say, cardiovascular deaths and morbidity?
Well, I think as has been highlighted in this meeting and with the Million Hearts campaign, cardiovascular disease is still a huge problem worldwide, and it's a particularly developing problem in economically developing countries with the rise of obesity and smoking and so forth.
Right.
So, cardiovascular disease is an international problem, and we need to collaborate internationally. It doesn't know any borders.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Are there, as I sit here and listen, I'm thinking, how does the International Assembly impact that? In other words, is it by spreading guidelines, preventative things, the Million Heart? How do you see this collaboration really impacting that?
Well, you've highlighted some of it, some obvious ones, which is to educate and share knowledge. But I would say one of the most fundamental things that it does is it actually increases collaboration.
Right.
People get to meet one another, you can make contacts around the world, and it becomes so much easier to develop joint projects. And I think it's very exciting.
Oh, no, I mean, I think you're exactly right. Knowing, putting a face to a name and knowing people and having that relationship. Well, I congratulate you on all that you've done, and certainly the college in taking this initiative, having this incredible growth, and certainly going toward that goal of decreasing cardiovascular deaths worldwide is great. So thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
And thank you for joining us, and we hope that you'll stay tuned more. We'll bring you more from ACC 12.